been doing some work in this area. No recommendations yet, but it's beginning. When I worked with Beverly, I wanted to give her something positive. Now, I also did read a book and did some studying and did my anatomy books before I began. And two of the very serious side effects with chemotherapy are vomiting and diarrhea. So what I did was I put an imaginary protective coating around the trachea, the esophagus, in the stomach, and this protective oily coating in the small and large intestine, so that the food would be able to slide into the abdomen, into the stomach, and there'd be no vomiting and diarrhea. It worked. So now we wanted to get something that was going to work for these patients, so that the chemotherapy would be able to get only to the abnormal cells. I never use the word cancer when I'm working with them. I always use the words abnormal cells. So for the abnormal cells, we made the chemotherapy particles magnetic, like magnets, and the abnormal cells magnetic, so that only the chemotherapy particles were only going to go and destroy the abnormal cells. And, well, let's get on with Beverly. I worked with her twice. I saw Beverly twice. And then I had to go back for more tests before my surgery, and lo and behold, I walked into the credit area where Beverly works, and she said to me, "I'm so tired." And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, like everybody, she must be having something happening to her. And she said, "I went to a concert last night and I am so tired. I didn't get in until 1 o'clock this morning." This woman has been able to have her chemotherapy and go back to work. That's pretty special, I think. So when I went in the last time for my last checkup, I was looking for Beverly and she wasn't there, and I'm thinking, oh no, wonder where Bev is. So I said to one of the girls, "Is Beverly here?" And they said, "Oh, she's out on her break. She'll be right back." The beautiful thing about Beverly is she hasn't lost one hair on her head through all the chemotherapy. She hasn't been sick with vomiting or diarrhea. And when I told you I saw her the first time, the second time that I saw Bev, she came in because her blood count was down. So we had to give her something, a little something to do for her blood count. And I'm going to talk to you about that. I'm going to give you some of these methods because you're all very adept at visualizing. So the last part of our class here, you'll be learning some of the methods that I use with these people, so you'll be able to take it home and use it yourself. Dorothy came into my office because her daughter stopped smoking and was doing very well with the smoking program. And I mentioned my work with cancer, and her mother came in. Her mother, too, had just had a mastectomy, and she was going to undergo chemotherapy. Here's another woman I was able to work with before the chemotherapy began. When I work with a patient as soon as surgery is finished, before they start treatment,